Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Dayspring Discussions. I'm your host, Sean McGahee. In this show, we talk about movies, TV, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books. If you geek out about it, we're going to talk about it. You can listen to Dayspring Discussions on iTunes, YouTube, Podomatic, and Patreon, and contact Dayspring Discussions on the Facebook group, Twitter account, and dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. Hello everyone, hope you guys had a great weekend. It was a, little chilly on Sunday here in Austin, Texas, but we got through it. But it's all right because we're about to warm up your week, get it started right, because I am joined today by the Mistress of Mandalore herself, Miss Lisa Locke McGahee.
Hello.
All right, guys. Well, we are here to talk about one thing and one thing only, Star Wars Celebration. It is week and a half away. That's right. In Chicago. It'll be the second time we've attended Celebration. We did 2017 in Orlando, had such a great time. We wanted to go again, and it just so happens that it's in the Windy City, our favorite city. So it's kind of a perk. We get to see some family and friends and also get to devour all the Star Wars goodies.
And all of our favorite foods.
Oh, yes. Cannot wait for some Lou Benatti's pizza. It'll be good stuff. But in preparation for that, we are super excited. So I wanted to do a little show and just talk Star Wars. My wife, of course, has been through her Jedi training and is now what I consider a master, where she, has caught up and reads all the books, watches all the shows, and, it's nice to have someone to talk to about that stuff because there's no one else around to do that. So I like that, one of the perks now of our marriage is that I have someone I can talk Star Wars books with.
It is rare to run into Star Wars fans at the level that we are.
Which is why Star Wars Celebration was so awesome last time, because it's a giant Comic-Con, but it's all Star Wars. All people who love it as much as you do from all around the world. And it's just one big melting pot of sweaty, geeky goodness. And that's, one of the things that I love. Now, when people ask me what I liked about Star Wars Celebration last time, I mean, honestly, my favorite perk was, again, talking Star Wars with other Star Wars fans, which I don't get to do. I mean, besides you and I, who else in our everyday lives, knows Star Wars or, devours as much Star Wars as we do.
Even the people that we know that like Star Wars, like people who would consider themselves Star Wars fans, and I'm doing like air quotes right now.
The quotes, just
still don't know Star Wars to the level that we know Star Wars. Like
yes.
I would say the general public who consider themselves Star Wars fans watch the movies.
Yes.
But like to find the Star Wars fans that read the books and read the comics and watch the TV shows and listen to the different podcasts and stuff out there about it's a pretty small chunk of the whatever,
yes.
And we don't have any other friends that are like that.
Exactly. So I came up with a little rating system, of course, a while ago. People who just watch the movies, I consider them Padawans. If they watch the shows like Clone Wars and Rebels, I consider them Knights. And then, of course, those who also read the books and the comics, I consider them Jedi Masters. For instance, Lisa was a Padawan. Now she's a Master. So you're welcome. But anyway, guys, we are just super excited. So we're going to go through Star Wars Celebration, what panels we're excited for, and what we hope to get out of it. And really what that means is we're just going to talk Star Wars is what it is. So sit back, enjoy, of course, fire back on the Gmail account and the social media groups. If you're planning on attending Star Wars Celebration, of course, you can always find us there. Hit us up, say hi, and we'll hang out. Hey, if you mention Dayspring Discussions, I'll buy you a beer. How about that? Which that's not going to happen. So it's not going to happen. But anyway, all right. So let's get into it. Do you want to do it? I figure we do it by days, like instead of like stages.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
Okay. So we have pulled up here. I have each day the panels that are going on, and then of course I have kind of our schedule of what we are planning on doing. Now Thursday there are actually no panels. It's 5 days this year, which last time it was 4 days. Sometimes it's been 3 days. And it's the 20th anniversary, too, of Star Wars Celebration. 20th, they did it all the way back when Episode 1 came out. They did the first Star Wars Celebration. So it's the 20th anniversary. Of course, the 20th anniversary also of The Phantom Menace to go along with it. So they coincide with each other. But 5 days, stretched out quite a bit. Do you think it's going to be a little long?
I don't know. I mean, it definitely, like, looking at the panels, there's plenty of things, and there's plenty to do. Especially if you're the kind of person that goes to Celebration, not just for the panels, but also, to spend a lot of time out there at the exhibition floor to look at all the different, not just, like, the small vendors, the people who are there selling, like, comic books and stuff, but also, like, the big companies that are there set up, like Funko and,
Hasbro,
Her Universe, Hasbro,
Marvel.
Disney, Marvel, like, all those people that are set up there. There's all kinds. There's the tattoo area. They have the, there's a lot of people going who are spending, I don't even know how much money on autographs and photo
goodness. Yeah,
like insane amounts of money.
The Hayden Christensen one is $200, guys.
There are people who are, like, I've seen on the different Facebook groups who are signed up for like 10, 12 autographs. And crazy. Like, so, if you are going to if your plan is to do all that stuff and go to all the panels, like, you could easily
thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Well, and they have evening activities too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even things that are not necessarily affiliated.
Speed dating.
Yeah, even things, but that's still part of this.
I told Lisa we need to do the speed dating just for fun, but she's not going for it.
No thanks. But even the things that are not affiliated with Celebration itself. There's a lot of like there's Forcella, there's a bunch of other things going on, like evening activities that other fans are arranging.
Mm-hmm.
There was that one guy who was on Collider Jedi Council talking about that pop up trading thing or whatever at like a hotel or whatever. There's so much going on. I don't think it's going to be hard to fill all the days. Like, I think even with Thursday being no panels, that's what, I told you, I thought it would be a good idea for us then to use Thursday to try to do the photo ops that we want to do, to try to get, try to start with the pin trading. There's a couple pins that we want that are exclusive.
Exactly.
And for me too, because the books are probably my favorite part really anymore of the Star Wars universe. I really want to meet some of these authors, get some books signed. There's the new Master and Apprentice book coming out that I'm super excited about, Claudia Gray. I cannot wait to get to meet her. I'm really hoping to get that book and get it autographed and
just going on that a little bit. I've talked about on this show talking about Star Wars and stuff like that, where from all the Star Wars stories we get now, there are two things I wanted to see more of. First off was like Luke and Ben and kind of their solo adventures as they travel around the galaxy post Return of the Jedi. Before it became Kylo Ren, I wanted to see that, but I also wanted to see more of Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, because I really like that relationship.
And we did not get enough Qui-Gon.
And yes, we did not get a Qui-Gon, of course. And we've got, a couple stories here and there, especially in Legends, of Qui-Gon as well, but he's a very interesting character. But I love the fact that not only am I getting it, but I'm also getting my current favorite Star Wars author writing it. So that gets me excited. My all-time favorite Star Wars writer is still James Luceno, but Claudia Gray is kind of the it girl right now.
The bottom line is there are some really amazing Star Wars authors right now.
Yes.
When you talk about James Luceno, you got Claudia Gray, Delilah Dawson,
E.K. Johnston,
Timothy Zahn. There are some amazing authors out there right now.
Well, I like it too because, say, for instance, on the comic side, I know you kind of fallen behind on the comics as well.
It's not that I've fallen behind. I just have a hard time reading comics. I just need more words.
That's a discussion for another podcast.
It's just not me. It's not that I'm falling behind. I just can't. Comics and me just aren't.
But like, say, for instance, they just got done with a Darth Vader run that takes place immediately after Episode 3, kind of how he gets started out as Darth Vader, how he gets his lightsaber, and it's written by Charles Soule, who has been writing, Daredevil, because now that, it's part of the Disney family, Marvel's in there, you have these grade A comic book writers that are writing Star Wars stories as well. So that's cool because now you have great comic book authors also writing Star Wars comics, which is really cool. Jason Aaron started the Star Wars series for Marvel too, did a great job of that, passed it on to somebody else. It kind of went downhill, but that was a great run as well. But yes, great novel authors and great comic book authors writing Star Wars, which is awesome. So, okay, so let's get into it. We were talking about autographs. Thursday, that first day, there are no real panels. We're just gonna go and check out the floor, try to get some pins. Try to do the
Star Wars store,
Master and Apprentice book. They're doing a giveaway. Not a giveaway. You have to buy the book, but you get the autograph and a special edition and stuff like that.
But they're going to do that every day. We just want to try to get that done the first day. I'm hoping that people who were like, if I'm going to skip a day, what am I going to skip?
Probably
I'm
be
hoping
Thursday.
people were going to skip Thursday.
Exactly, which is why we need to take advantage of that floor. But also, too, I think, as far as buying merchandise as well, I know that last day as well, people start to put stuff on sale because they want to get rid of it. So unless there's something like those first couple days, we're like, I got to have that. I don't want anyone else to buy it.
The celebration store, I want to do the first
Yeah, of course.
But the other stuff on the sale.
Yeah, the vendors.
That stuff I think it's going to be a good idea to kind of wait and watch.
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyway, so we're doing our photo ops on Thursday. You want to tell them about yours?
Oh, I'm super excited. We're just doing a photo op because Ashley Eckstein, her autographs are all sold out by the time we actually sat down and talked about it, about doing photo ops. But I'm super excited to get a picture with the voice of Ahsoka, since Ahsoka is my total favorite. I've actually also been I'm thinking, I was hoping maybe I could get, I might buy the Ahsoka book because I don't actually have it in book cover and see if I can get
I saw you bought the Claudia Gray
books.
I
want to have her sign that one.
Yeah, because we have all of them on like Audible. We don't actually have a lot of the books because we don't physically read the books. But yes, so I saw you bought some.
Yeah, I'm going to try to buy a few more of those. But yeah, I'm super excited to meet Ashley Eckstein, even though there's no more autographs, so I can't get her autograph.
That's right.
But that's okay.
Yes, last time she got meet Sam Witwer and his autograph as well too.
Yes. I'm super debating doing that again.
Yes. Well, because I was thinking about that too. Okay, so for me, we're sitting down and Lisa was asking me who I want to meet, anything, and I'm not really a big autograph guy, and taking a picture, I know it's like they get you in there, you take the picture, you get out. It's not like
no, you don't really have
time to talk. Exactly. So to me, I'm like, I don't know if I want to waste the money on it.
Autographs are better in that respect because you do get a minute or two, depending on the person.
Yeah,
you do get a little bit of time to actually talk to them for a second. With the pictures, it's just in.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't even think there's anybody I wanted to talk to or get a photograph with. But then my wife reminded me about
Janina
Gavankar is the actress Iden Versio, yes, from Battlefront 2, the story mode, otherwise known as Shiva.
She also voiced the audiobook.
Yes, she did. She did that. Yes, for the Battlefront.
She voiced the book.
She did that as well. But like I said, Shiva from the League. That's why I want to meet her. So I'm excited about that. I told Bryce about that. He's like, "Oh my god!" And I told also my former boss Taylor, who watches the League, and he's like, "That's awesome."
Yeah.
So they're excited about that. But I'm excited about that.
I'm excited because I love the character of Iden Versio.
Okay, so anyway, the other one was, we were signed up for those, but then I was rethinking Donald Faison as well because I'm a huge Scrubs fan as well, and I'm like, you know what I should do? Buy some tikis, little necklace tikis they did on the show with him and JD, and that would be the picture. So I'm thinking about that. I might look at it after this and see if there's any photo ops available, perhaps, but we'll see. But anyway, so that's kind of our plan for Thursday without any panels. Go in and just, do the floor, do the photo ops, and get that kind of all out of the way so we can focus the next couple days on mainly panels, for that.
Yes.
So moving into Friday. Now, it's interesting, the way they're doing panels this year. Last time it was basically first come, first serve. You show up, you stand in line for like 8 hours in Orlando to get in, which again, you had to stand in line, but also it went by so fast because you were talking to the people around you about Star Wars.
And it was still horrible, though.
It wasn't that bad.
It was still horrible.
I didn't think it was that bad, but
so early, so long.
It's whatever,
So uncomfortable.
You're there to do that. You're there to enjoy it all and soak it all up.
Whatever.
So
I am really super excited for the panel lotteries.
So now they're doing the lotteries.
Because now I can sleep.
Yes, you can sleep. You don't have to, wait in line. You're gonna get for the big panels. You're going to get assigned a section of seating.
Well, it's for the first panel on the celebration stage each day. Which the celebration stage is the main stage. It's like the big one. The one that's basically like the arena.
Hall H, they would call it in Comic-Con.
Right. Basically that one. So that one, the first panel of each day on the celebration stage, there is a lottery system. So they opened the lotteries already. Everyone who wants has this week basically to put their name in for the lottery. And then they're going to do the lottery selections sometimes I'm not sure, probably over the weekend. I'm not sure when they're going to do it.
Probably, because we got a week and a half to go. So
yeah. And then if you get selected for that panel, then you get to you're going to be given a section of the arena that you can sit in, and you go and you get to go to that panel. Like that's your
exactly. So
you get to
so you might not get to go to the one you really want to go to. And I was thinking about that. Can people like trade?
That's come up on the thing since there's been it's been really confusing, the whole panel thing, because like when you got your badges this year, they all have a QR code on them. Like everything's gonna apparently have some kind of whatever. But there's like a QR code, so you had to like register your badge for yourself. But then there's been all this confusion about when you enter the lotteries, you don't enter the email that you register your badge to, you enter the email that you bought the badges with. So a lot of people are saying that your lotteries aren't necessarily linked to your badges. They're linked to the order or something. It's confusing. And a lot of people are saying, does that mean that if you get selected for a panel that you don't really want to go to, can you sell it? Like, can you basically sell it to someone else? Which I think possibly you can.
I would say
because
so.
Because they're saying, I mean, I don't know.
So like say for instance, I don't get into the episode 9 one, which is the one I really want to go to, but I get into Mandalorian, and
which I am not as excited about.
And someone else is the other way around. Can we switch? I can give him my seat for episode 9. He can give me mine for Mandalorian or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I think we're gonna have to wait until we see once they select. Once they do the actual lottery selections and they're sent out, it's going to really depend on the information that they give you in the email that they send you, letting you know that you've been selected, to see how that's going to play out.
Yeah.
Because if it is linked to your badge, then theoretically you shouldn't be able to transfer it. But I'm not really sure, because remember we had the confusion when we did ours, because it looked like they entered all of our badges into the lottery, which doesn't make any sense since Bryce and Caitlin are only coming with us on Saturday. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I don't really know. Whatever. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out.
So there's that, and then also you get one reservation a day for the Galaxy and Twin Sun stage.
One
correct?
For each.
One for each.
If you want, you can use the Lightspeed sign up or whatever.
Yeah, so but that doesn't open until Thursday morning to sign up for that, right?
Right.
Okay. So so there's that as well.
And unfortunately,
I was going to wait till the day to get to that.
The two panels that I'm most excited about are at the same time.
Can we hold off until Saturday to talk about that? Okay, let's get back to Friday. So, first panel on Friday, the one probably the most people attending are going to be excited about, Star Wars Episode 9. This is going to be probably our first look at the movie, and we are most definitely, getting a trailer and a title. Yeah, I think you would agree with that. I think everyone would agree with that. That's what they did last time for The Last Jedi. They gave us our first trailer. They brought out the cast. Now, they haven't announced, Daisy Ridley
and none of them are announced that they're going to be there.
Yeah, that they're going to be there. All it says, what does it say here? Hold on. I got to scroll down. Celebration. Yeah, it's just end of the year
Click
stuff.
the little ellipses, yeah.
There we go. With one. It's going back here, guys. Hold on. I'm clicking to get the full details to make sure.
Really give much detail.
And special guests. So director J.J. Abrams appears on live stage. You can count on
with
plenty.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah. So I bet they're going to be there, honestly.
The thing is, if you look at the times of the panels, the Galaxy's Edge panel is an hour and a half. The Phantom Menace panel is an hour and a half. The Episode 9 is only slated for an hour.
Yeah.
So, it's not even, I don't know. I mean, that's a lot to cram into an hour.
Yeah, well, they talk a little. They, you're going to show the trailer at least twice. I don't think really for an hour that's too much. But the thing, too, I like is, for me, I'm all about the free stuff, too. And when you go to the big panels or whatever, they usually give you something. Like last year, they gave you that little Last Jedi panel. I know the first day we didn't get into, which was the 40th anniversary celebration, they gave you a little Leia poster as well. And then, Rebels, you got to see the first episode of season 4 and stuff like that. So
know that Ahsoka lives.
Exactly. Yes, that too. But, they stream these stuff online, which I loved. Like when they did it in London, I really enjoyed watching those panels. But, that little extra stuff is for the people that are actually there, which I like. It's not like, hey, come see exactly what people at home are seeing, Give us a little, give us something extra for spending all this money, I guess is what it is.
Right.
So, but yeah, so Episode 9. So, a couple days ago, have you seen the pictures that came out? Yeah, we talked about it, right? These ones here.
Yeah, that if they were leaked.
If they were leaked or not. And, I mean, I could see the poster being to where it's like a promo poster. Like, this is something I would buy at Walmart. It's not the official poster,
So, here's the thing. But if you look back at, compare this one to that other picture. I mean, I know you guys can't see the pictures we're talking about.
I'm going to post them up. So.
Okay, but these images are what they're wearing in the poster. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, like Poe and, Finn. I mean, I think that's the exact same pose they're doing, both of them, for it. Like I said, the only thing that would make me doubt it is, first off, Lando. That's the exact same wardrobe Donald Glover wore in the Solo film. So really, someone could just, do a little thing with that.
But who are they?
Huh? I don't know. I don't know. Zori and Jana.
So
I don't know.
I mean, if it's just like a fan thing, how do they even know who these people are?
I don't know.
I mean, maybe it's a combination of fake and leaked.
I don't know. I can see them being real and they got out, but really to me it's like, not that big of a deal, honestly. But even if this is something that did get out, I know, like I said, this poster, if this was the official poster for the film, I wouldn't like it. But knowing like this is one of like 5 posters I could buy at Walmart probably, it's okay. Again, I talked to you about it yesterday with Rey. First off, her hair, it almost looks exactly like it did in The Force Awakens, and then she's got kind of a white outfit going on.
I like that outfit though.
I like the outfit. I'm just saying, like I was telling you.
Everyone else gets darker, yeah.
Yeah, everyone gets dark. Luke's wardrobe got darker as the trilogy went on. Anakin's wardrobe got darker because they matured as characters. So the white outfit doesn't really make sense for her character if they're going from a story's perspective, unless, like I said, they're playing the white against the black with the Kylo Ren versus Rey.
I mean, I can see that. That's. I mean, I would think with Rey, like for
she is the light.
She is the light. Exactly. That was kind of what I was thinking. Is with Anakin, it makes sense that his clothing got darker and darker. He got darker and darker. Yeah. He was toying more and more with the dark side. With Luke, he was getting angrier and angrier and more impulsive. Not necessarily going toward the dark side, but his emotions were a little bit more unchecked. Where Rey hasn't been tempted. I mean, she's been tempted and she's not.
She came out the other side.
Right. She came. So she is showing already that she is on the side of the light.
Yeah, exactly. She's, she had that little tempted, and that was, we talked about, of course, we've talked about it many times about The Last Jedi and its faults and its pros, but the Rey Kylo storyline was definitely the highlight.
Oh yeah.
And that scene there where Kylo, he takes out what's his name, Snoke, and you think, oh, he's going good. No. But no, it's just the fact that he wanted the power, he was seizing it, and he wanted Rey to join him, and then that was the defining moment for both of them, where Rey, turned, said no, and Kylo again seized the power, and he is now running the First Order. But also with this poster too, we got looks like the Knights of Ren, which was teased all the way back in Force Awakens. People have been wondering what's going on with them. We might actually get to see what they're all about and see how it goes. But yeah. I am excited for the panel. It is not my one I'm most excited for, I guess you could say. Now, after I see a trailer, I'm sure I'm going to go apeshit for it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'm excited for this one just because, I was not a fan of The Last Jedi. I was not a fan of what Rian Johnson did with it. So I really did like The Force Awakens a lot. So I'm excited to see what J.J. Abrams is going to do with this one. So I am excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, really, what I want to see too, because they were talking about this on Jedi Council as well, where Last Jedi didn't have a lightsaber battle. Yeah, it had Kylo and Rey facing off against the Praetorian Guards.
Yeah, but not against each other.
But it was an awesome. I love that scene too.
That is
an
awesome
scene, but not against each other. It wasn't lightsaber against lightsaber, but Rey versus Kylo. I mean, that's what it's coming down. It's going to be awesome. An epic fight. I mean, I know a lot of people criticize kind of the some of the choreographed fighting in the prequels, especially with Obi-Wan versus Anakin. But that's my favorite lightsaber battle because it's so fast. They're both giving it their all, and it's just so intense, both from a physical and emotional standpoint.
Oh yeah.
And I want to see something like that, because these are both relatively young people, both physical, they work out, they probably spent hours upon hours,
Well, and you've heard in any of the things how much he gives to his.
Yeah.
I mean, like all of the other actors talk about how intense he is when he's like rehearsing. Like I mean, he's a Marine. He's an ex-Marine. Like he doesn't mess around. Like he comes to work. And he keeps everybody else. I mean, Daisy Ridley has said in interviews, like, he keeps them working hard.
He's got that discipline.
He really does. And so it's going to be awesome. Well, you think even just, too, I'm excited to see the battle between them just because of their skills that they both have, and they do have an emotional connection. Mm-hmm. Like, they don't really know what it's about or why, but they are emotionally invested in each other. So
that leads me into my 3 questions I want to ask you about this movie. 1, is Rey still nobody? Is she related to anybody, or is she still nobody?
I don't know. I mean, they can't go back now.
I don't think they should. I think it was a great moment because what Rian Johnson set up was, teaching all of us, especially with Broom Kid at the end. You don't have to be a Skywalker or a Kenobi. You don't have to come from, a special family to rise up and be somebody special. Mm-hmm. And that's such a great message for, the world in general, I
mean, I'm glad that she's a nobody because look at what the Skywalkers have done to the fucking galaxy.
Exactly.
They're basically the root of all the problems.
Okay. So going back to Skywalker, there's that small 1% chance that Luke's not dead.
He's
but
dead.
I think he's dead. I think we're definitely getting
Force Ghost for
Force
sure.
Ghost for sure. We know we're getting Luke's Mark Hamill back in this. Mm-hmm. I think he's a Force Ghost.
No matter what, I think he'll be communicating with Rey
what kind of effect? Like both Rey and maybe Kylo Ren too?
I think also with Kylo Ren,
I think he's going to haunt Kylo Ren
something
as well.
Like that.
Do you think he's going to have kind of a more physical presence? Kind of like how Yoda was able to set that tree on fire in Last Jedi?
Probably.
I mean, I think it might be something as well. And then finally, how much of Rose Tico you think we're going to get? That's why I wanted to ask you the question.
I don't know. I mean, it depends. It's very hard to predict because Rose and Finn's role in the last film was so stupid.
But again, we have Finn.
Yes, we have Finn. So, I mean, what Rose did was helping Finn along his story.
Being the angel on his shoulder.
I get it.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. So he has decided now. Finn has officially decided he is going to be a part of this resistance. Uh-huh. Like, he's on board now. So really, we don't need Rose anymore.
But she's a love interest.
But she's a love interest.
You think
now,
Finn's like, never mind, I'm gonna drop her.
I mean, I don't think she's super. I mean, they would. I don't know. I don't think she's super important.
I don't think she's super important, but I think she'll be in it.
I think
honestly, but at the same time, I would love to give her a good moment in this film. Considering how some people think
they can actually use her appropriately. They used her. She was so unnecessary. I mean, they just didn't use. Whatever. I can't.
She had her part to play. She played her part. I get what her part was.
She did a good job. The actress was fine.
The actress was fine.
I just felt like that character was unnecessary.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Speaking of romances, Poe and Rey. What do you think?
I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
I think that they would. I hope so. Except it all depends on where this movie takes place in the timeline.
Because we still have no idea exactly how far it is down.
If this does take place right after the events of the Last Jedi, then I think it's too soon. There can't really be a romance. There's too much at risk.
Yeah, they both have too much to go on,
and they both have. I think that their paths are going to not be going to the same place.
But at the same time, their paths, if you look at it, are kind of parallel.
Oh yeah.
Because Poe is taking a bigger leadership role at the Resistance, and where Rey, is, as almost the last Jedi, as you could call her, is perhaps going to start building up, maybe the Jedi, or maybe found allies of Force users of that sort.
It just depends on how
it goes parallel.
It depends on timeline wise. I think if they, like I have been hoping, if they jump forward a bit in time, then I think yes, there'll be time for them to develop a relationship. From what I've heard, I mean, these are all I don't think that they are jumping ahead in time, which means I just don't see there being time for a relationship.
Okay, last question, and then we got to move on. Kylo Ren, redeemed or not redeemed?
No, he cannot be redeemed.
I don't want to see another redemption story, honestly.
He cannot be redeemed.
I don't think so. He had his moment not only in Force Awakens when he killed Han Solo. He didn't have to kill him, obviously, and then of course going to Last Jedi where he killed Snoke, and he could have ended the First Order right there, but he didn't. He is not redeemable. He's not redeemable.
He is nasty to the core.
Exactly. So it's my belief he's toast.
Yeah.
He and Rey face off. Rey has no choice but to take him out, and that's the end of the Skywalker saga. And I think honestly, this is it for the Skywalkers. This is it for and this is it for episodes, in my opinion. After this, they're not going to be labeled episodes anymore.
I think that's great though, because I personally, love all the side movies. I love Rogue One. I really liked Solo. Mm-hmm. I think there's so much that they can do.
You know, Clone Wars, Rebels, all these side characters.
Are
all this
so good. They don't. I just want them to get back to more Jedi stuff, because that's the problem I have with the side movies. The non-anthology films is they don't really have to do with the Jedi. Mm-hmm. You know, Solo, Rogue One, there was no Jedi really in those. Yeah. You know, like, I want more Jedi. That's why I hope that they go back and do something with, you know, the Old Republic and whatever. Because, like, I want to see more Jedi stories. Mm-hmm. I just don't want them to necessarily be about the Skywalkers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And, of course, they're talking about how David Benioff, you know, they're possibly doing more of the, you know, Old Republic kind of, possibly the way that the Jedi started, or the Sith started. I'd love to see how the Sith started. They were talking about that on Collider Jedi Council, of course, about what if the first one is how, like, that first one, you know, first guy broke away from the Jedi to start forming the Sith, and they're compared it to, you know, Satan's fall from heaven and becoming the devil and all that other stuff. So that'd be a very interesting story. But we got to move on. Okay, so going on from there, on Friday, we have marked Vader Immortal, which is also going to be on the Celebration. Now, this is going to be about the new video game that they're going to be doing, the VR one, actually, because I did the Mustafar one when we were at Disney World, and it was super cool. I really enjoyed it. You're on Mustafar, you're in this VR environment, and it was, you know, just really cool the way they did it. And I guess they're going to do a Vader one that they're coming out with now. And I'm excited to see what it's like, given the fact that I did do that one. I think it's really cool what it'll be like. But what do you think about it?
I'm not really interested. I don't really care about all that. So...
No, not at all. Not at all.
No, I mean, I don't. I mean, I'm not a gamer, so I mean, I don't. The VR, like, I'm not. That's. I'm not really interested. I mean, I mean, if we go, I'm fine to go. I mean, I wouldn't mind going. I think it would probably be interesting, but I'm not into that stuff.
Okay, well, not fair enough. All right.
I mean, any story about Vader, I think, is interesting, but
yeah, he's, you know, he is. I mean, you gotta, let's say, Vader is kind of the center of Star Wars, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's all about him. So here, let me go. I finally got the actual definition of what the panel is going to be at. Join ILMX Lab and Oculus,
Oculus,
for a sneak peek at the first Star Wars series designed for virtual reality, Vader Immortal. Learn more about this immersive descent into Darth Vader's fiery.
Would you like me to read it?
No, I don't. Mustafar Fortress from the people behind the story, design, technology. That's cool because Vader's fortress on Mustafar, I want to learn more about. You know, his castle or whatever. In the Darth Vader comic book series, you learned how he, you know, built it, why he built it there, all the backstory behind it there too. So that'd be cool just to get, and again, more story from that perspective.
There's so much that they could do movie-wise, even just with, like, Vader. Like, just think about all the time that elapsed between...
the 20-year span, you know?
Like, there's so much... I mean, just think about, like, making, like, a Lords of the Sith type movie, you know? Like, I don't know.
It'd be cool.
There's a lot they could do with that.
Exactly. All right, so moving on. Next up on Friday, is that the Hasbro panel?
Yeah, you're going to have to click it by stage so it can stop showing you all those freaking photo ops in there.
I'm going through it, guys, and I'm like, doing the stage.
I don't know why it's showing you the photo ops now. It didn't used to show the photo ops on here.
Yeah, that's
You're
weird.
going to have to click by stage, or it's going to be
a
million
whatever.
years.
Anyway, so next up, the Hasbro panel. I'm just having problems with words right now, is what it is. That one is coming up. The next one we're planning on going to. In Interlap, does that interlap, though, with the music of Phantom Menace?
Yeah, we'll have to see which one. It's going to depend. A lot of the ones that we can go to, it's going to depend on which ones we can get the Lightspeed passes to, and if we get into the galaxy.
Yeah, once we figure out, you know, what we can reserve and what we get as far as the lottery.
Yeah, these are just the ones we would like to go to. So, like, go back to that day. On Friday, the two panels on the Twin Sun stage we want to go to, or we would like to go to, are the Star Wars Hasbro panel and the Lucas Publishing panel. Mm-hmm. The two on the Galaxy stage we would like to go to are the music of the Phantom Menace with David Collins. And then I would like, you know, you're not interested in this, but this is the ILM, it's like the making of Solo.
Yeah.
But that one is at the same time as the Lucas Publishing one. And if I have to choose, I'd rather go to the Lucas Publishing one than this Making of Solo. So it's going to depend on what we get into. My preference would be the music of Phantom Menace and Lucas Publishing. Those are the two I would like. I
wouldn't be excited for the music of the Phantom Menace, except how much I enjoyed the Rogue One last time.
It was so good. It was the same guy.
You wanted to sit there, and I'm like, all right, fine, I don't got anything else to do. But then I enjoyed it.
It was
so
really
I will give
good.
you that. I enjoyed it. So now I'm interested again. Same guy, Mark.
David Collins.
David Collins. He does it again. And of course, Duel of the Fates is a very definitive Star Wars song.
I think that music panel will be really good. Yeah. That I would much rather go to that than the Hasbro panel. But that's just because also I don't collect Star Wars toys. So
fair enough.
For me, that would be my preference.
Fair enough. Okay. And then of course you do have, the Hasbro one, it's like, yeah, that'd be cool, but it's not.
Yeah. If I can only do one Lightspeed panel at the Twin Sun stage for that day, I'm certainly going to pick the Lucas Publishing one.
Yeah.
Because the books is the stuff that I really...
Exactly.
And since I'm not going to be able to go to the Del Rey panel, likely.
Okay, well, let's just get into Saturday then. Okay, let's jump over the Galaxy's Edge for a sec.
Well, side note, though, I also on Friday would like to go to the Timothy Zahn panel.
Okay. Side note, yeah. Timothy.
That's in between the other two.
Which I don't mind. But, Timothy Zahn, yes... Heir to the Empire.
You don't like the Thrawn ones as much
I'm not
as
as much.
The new Thrawn ones.
The first one was okay. The second one was...
I liked it.
I liked it.
And there's a new one coming.
Yeah, the new one. I did like it, though, because, the second one was about him and Vader. You got to learn more about, their relationship and, Thrawn knowing Anakin / Vader a little more,
it was like, it wasn't just him getting to know Vader. It was two stories, basically. It was like Thrawn working currently with Vader, but also Thrawn and Vader's memories of when Thrawn and Anakin worked together back in the day. I thought it was super interesting. I really liked it. I like the Thrawn books a lot. I like the current Thrawn books better than I like the original Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the next Thrawn book. I would really like to meet Timothy Zahn, or at least go to a panel and find out, because if he's going to be talking about the new Thrawn book, I would like to hear a little bit about what it's going to be about.
Yeah.
That and his panel's on the fan stage.
Okay.
But I think that'd be cool. But again, it's like right in that cluster where there's a bunch of other things going on. So it's going to depend on if we can or can't get into the Galaxy and the Twin Sun panels.
Yeah, because you have the Rebels Remembered panel.
That's the next day.
That's going to be on Saturday, and it's right at the same time as the Del Rey. So they're going to talk about, imagine they'll talk about books coming up too.
Yeah, I know.
They'll probably talk about that new Count Dooku one too. That's coming out, I bet. Too.
Well, it depends, because that's the thing. Some of the books are Del Rey, some are Lucas Publishing. So these two panels are going to talk about different. The books don't all come from the same company.
Yeah.
So that's why I'd like to go to both, but it just depends on what I can. But if I have to choose between the Del Rey panel and the Rebels panel, I want to go to the Rebels panel. Any opportunity I can to hear Filoni, I would like to be there. So.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Honestly, that's why I'm most excited to go to the Mandalorian one. Except Filoni's going to be there. Like I'm not. Yeah, the Mandalorian, I'm kind of interested to see or whatever. But I'm interested to see because Filoni seems like he has his hands in that quite a bit. So that's why I'm more excited for it. Is really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But let's jump back. Galaxy's Edge, that first one on the celebration stage on Saturday. Honestly, out of the the main panels, the ones you got the lottery for, probably the one I'm least excited for.
See, I'm excited for this one.
Because
I wanted to go to this panel at the last one, and I couldn't because at the same time as my photo op. Because remember, I got a wristband for this one, and then I couldn't go because then when I got to my photo ops it was my day that I had my photo and my autograph with Sam Witwer, and it was so behind schedule that I missed it. And I was bummed. So I'd like to go to this one.
Okay. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm interested in the park. Definitely, of course, interested in the park. Interested in what they have to say. But it's not like I'm going to get any breaking scoop. Like, episode 9, I'm going to get a trailer. Clone Wars, I'm probably going to, get to see another trailer with an episode maybe. Rebels, they might actually tell us what happened to Ahsoka and Sabine and Ezra. Hopefully. God damn it, Dave Filoni, tell us already.
They're not going to tell us.
They're not going to tell us. But yes, things that I don't know already that, I want to know. Galaxy's Edge, I'm going to learn everything when I go to Galaxy's Edge,
Right, eventually.
Eventually.
Once the crowds die down.
Exactly, of course. All right, so you want to talk more about the Del Rey or the Rebels one?
Well, no, I'm bummed that at the same time. It'll just depend. With the writing, over the course of the week, you have the Lucas Publishing panel, you have the Del Rey panel, and then on Sunday, I think it is,
Sunday
is the Writers Roundtable. So that one is going to be where all the different authors are going to be there all together talking about it. Go back to the panel page, please.
Yes.
But then in addition to that, there's a Timothy Zahn panel where he's going to talk about stuff. Claudia Gray has a panel where she's going to talk about how she got into writing. Delilah Dawson's having a panel specifically where she's talking about
there's
how
the
she got into
audiobook one
writing.
too.
Yeah, and then there's also going to be the audiobook panel
With
where
Mark
Thompson
Yeah.
and one of his producers are going to talk about what it's like to do a Star Wars audiobook. So I actually went to that panel last time. You didn't.
I think I did the Marvel Comics one instead.
Yeah, you did the Marvel one instead. I went to that panel last time, and it was super interesting. So I really would like for you to go to this time, but it's Saturday at 5:30, so I'm not sure because we're supposed to go to my family's house that night for dinner.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we'll stick around that long. It'll depend. Because if I can get into the Claudia Gray panel, I want to go to that one.
Yeah, that'll probably be our last one there. It's next to the Sisters of the Force one, too. That's what it's talking about.
That's going to be all the girl characters. Like, all the ladies are going to be at that panel. But at the same time as Claudia Gray. So we'll see. And that one's on Celebration Stage. Claudia Gray's not. So it's easier to get into the Claudia Gray one. Probably. I don't know. We'll see.
And that's the thing, too. I mean, given the fact that we are, more intense fans than perhaps some of the people going, the book stuff isn't, as interesting as some of the other people. Right. So it's easier to get into those ones Theoretically, of course.
Those are the ones I'm really most excited about. I love the Star Wars books. And I love the audiobooks. I mean, the things that I think a lot of people like about the audiobooks is one thing I don't like about the Star Wars audiobooks, because there is a lot of if you've never listened to one, like most audiobooks, it's just somebody reading the story. And they use different voices, for the different characters, but they're just reading the story. The Star Wars audiobooks have tremendous amount of sound effects.
Yes, blasters.
If in the book, in that scene, they're in a cantina, you're hearing cantina background noises the whole time. If they're in a spaceship, you hear spaceship ambient noise.
There's TIE fighter noises.
Yeah,
and stuff
there's sounds. If there is a lightsaber battle, you hear lightsaber sounds. So it's very unlike normal. They're very unlike normal audiobooks in that it really is like a whole immersive experience. And I sometimes don't like the background when they have the background noises, particularly. Especially when they're in cantinas, which is probably why that was the first thing that came to my mind, is it really annoys me when they're in cantina scenes and I'm hearing all this background cantina noise. But it's one of the things that makes the Star Wars audiobooks so unique. So it is really cool. But anyway, I'm totally going on a tangent right now. But.
All right. So let's go back to Rebels. Remember, the series is over. They're still going to talk about it. Dave Filoni, probably the cast, a few other people maybe are going to be there. Do you think we're going to learn anything new?
No, I don't think so.
Do you think he's maybe going to announce, hey, guys, you want to know what happened to Ahsoka, Sabine, and Ezra?
I don't think they're going to tell us no, but I think if there are going to be any follow-up stories to this, maybe he might say the subsequent Ahsoka, Sabine story is going to be coming to you in the form of a comic book series, or it's going to be a novel, or it's going to be a film. Yeah. I don't think he's going to tell us what happened, but I think we might find out how we're going to get the next piece of that story.
Yeah. So that's probably possibly true. So I don't know. I'm interested to see, again, it's we both love Rebels so much. So I'm interested to see exactly what they will tell us. Hopefully something new.
Yeah.
And then next up, you have the Fallen Order on the Celebration stage. It's basically the new Star Wars game coming out where you're following a Padawan who survived Order 66 and trying to survive. And like I said, it's basically Kanan.
It has to be Kanan.
It's Kanan. I mean, I don't think it's Kanan. I would like to think, you get to make your own character maybe too. In this day and age, it's
aren't all the games canon?
Huh?
Aren't all the games canon too, technically?
How can you make a Battlefront, one where you're basically playing online, canon? I mean, the storyline in it is canon with Inversio. That's canon, but the actual majority of it, the online gameplay.
Right, but obviously. I mean the character is. So if they're going to try to say there's a character who
I get
that's what I'm saying.
I get you.
It either has to be Kanan or they're throwing some surprise
some new Padawan.
So all of a sudden, we're going to keep finding out. First we find out Ahsoka survived, then we find out Kanan survived. Now we're going to find out somebody else survived.
Yes, yeah. I mean, there were thousands.
They're going to keep coming out of the woodwork.
Yes.
Yeah, but Vader also went through with the Inquisitors. That's what Rebels was telling us. They were going through the galaxy hunting down any that survived.
Oh, well, there's probably a few left. I
guess we'll see.
You never know. But anyways,
maybe in this game the Inquisitors will find
Gosh, I think if they have the Inquisitors in this, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. Hate to battle Inquisitors, maybe even Vader himself.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be something really cool.
I mean, we're not gamers, so this is a panel I'm not super excited about.
It's the fact that, the best Star Wars games, or my favorite Star Wars games, are when I play as Jedi, And, Battlefront, you can play as a Jedi, but not all the time. With this, you're playing as a Jedi, I'm assuming, the whole time.
I guess we'll see.
Or most of the time.
Maybe,
That's what we're going to find out.
Go.
So I'd be more interested in playing this than, say, Battlefront, which is the other one we've gotten so far from this new era of video games. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely check it out. I'm pretty sure we're going to get some kind of trailer. That'll get me more excited about it. Because I remember when Battlefront came out, you were this close to saying, yeah, let's get it,
I mean, it did look like it'd be kind of fun. I mean, if there was any kind of game I'd like to play, I think it would be that. Especially, I mean, I didn't like the first Battlefront book. I didn't even finish it. I couldn't get into it.
The one with Inversio?
No, she was the second one.
Okay, the first one was the group.
Yeah, I did not like that one. I tried. I could not get into it.
See, I didn't even try it.
Yeah, I
knew I wouldn't like it.
Yeah, I tried. I could not get into it. And so I was kind of reticent about the Iden Versio one, but I loved the Iden Versio one. That one was so good.
Yeah.
And it made me really kind of want to play the game. But I'm not really a gamer. We don't even have a game system. So.
No, we don't. We have a PS3 still?
Except we don't play games on it.
Yeah, we use it as a Blu-ray.
We use it as a Blu-ray player.
Really, I think we should probably just get a Blu-ray.
We have a Wii.
We don't even use either. We don't use any of that.
It's outdated. It's outdated. Yeah, we're not gamers. We're definitely not.
That's
gamers.
like like you said, we read the books, watch the movies, watch the TV shows. But if there's anything we're lacking as far as Star Wars, it's the gaming.
But I do think Battlefront would be fun if we had extra money that I didn't want to spend on other things.
Like
I would want to
groceries,
buy, right?
and
or
clothing,
or like a pool for the backyard, whatever things. Things that I'd rather. If I had to choose.
Get more enjoyment out of.
The gaming is not my priority.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. And then, like I said, that pen also, the Marvel Comics one, I want to check it out because, like I said, I read the comics. I've been, for the most part, enjoying them. I'm hoping maybe get some, more announcements of some more stuff to come out, and that'll get me excited and, want to keep reading. Because, like I said, you have it in the Marvel Comics family, back in the Marvel Comics family, actually, which, by the way, guys, I love the bag that Lisa made me with the old Marvel series comic covers. I think it's awesome. You can check it out on Celebration. Just, again, flag me down. I'll buy you that beer, like I said. But I love the bag, so thank you very much.
I am going to make some more of these bags too, and I'm going to sell them.
Yes,
so
there we go.
I'll post it on our page too if anyone on our thing that is going to Celebration.
Actually going to Celebration.
But I'm going to also post it on the Celebration.
Of course, yes, of course. So, but yeah, check that out as well. I think that pretty much covered Saturday. It'll be an interesting day too because that's the day when our friends Bryce and Caitlin are going to come with us. I'm very curious how Bryce he's in that as well. He loves Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. Caitlin, I'm not sure how much of her geekiness, is.
I guess we'll find out.
How much she's going to handle of it is what I was going to say. What's going to be her breaking point? When is she going to be like, I'm bored or whatever? We'll see. She's pretty cool, so I think she'll either be a trooper or she'll get into it.
Yeah,
we'll
see. We'll see what happens.
I think maybe we could have a convert. That's what it is. We should convert them, get them to watch, Clone Wars and Rebels. If we go to the Rebels, panel or whatever, we can get them to watch Rebels. I mean, we could have some Star Wars converts here.
We'll see.
I think we'll see.
You've never been able to get Teresa to convert.
Well, she's a stick in the mud. So, gosh, that girl. Okay, so moving on to Sunday, that first panel on the Celebration stage, Mandalorian. You got Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, probably a couple other people coming out to talk about the first Star Wars live-action series. It's going to be on the Disney streaming service, Disney Plus, this fall. It's set between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. I think it's supposed to be about 5 years or so after Return of the Jedi. And that's the Mandalorian, the premise itself, I'm not too excited about, but the fact that it's in that time period was that transition from the fall of the Empire to the New Republic. Mm-hmm. I want to see the status of the galaxy and how that transition is going. Mainly because when you think of it, of course, we're talking about the galaxy. You have that episode of Rebels where, Rebels takes place, 15 years or so after the Empire is formed, yet Kanan, Ezra, and Rex go to this place where these battle droids still think they're in the middle of the Clone Wars because it hasn't gotten to them yet that, the Clone Wars is over. And there's places, that are probably in the galaxy years later that still think the Empire is running the show. And just, maybe seeing some of that. Again, seeing the transition, how some people react. I'm more excited for the world of it than the actual Mandalorian character himself, which I'm sure will be fine as long as he's not a Boba Fett type of character.
No Fetts.
No, I love the Mandalorians. I don't like Boba or Jango Fett. No, don't like him at all. So, also on the celebration stage, you got Alan Tudyk. The man... Of course, awesome. Firefly, K2SO, among many other things.
Wash is my co-pilot.
Wash is co-pilot. Watch him and, see what he has to say about stuff. So that'd be cool.
I'm super bummed that there isn't going to be a pin of K2SO.
Yeah, they just released some more pins and no K2SO.
There's like all the other droids. They have L3 even, but no K2SO.
L3 and what's the one from Resistance? I forget what the number.
Yeah,
Bucket.
And no Chopper.
No Chopper either. That's right too. Man, we never know. They can still have time to release some. Or find something as far as that goes. The Shot Skywalker, is that the guy?
Oh, that's what I thought was interesting. It's on the collector stage. It's about a photographer that it's like a basically who photographed Star Wars like through the years, like way back from the day. So it's basically a bunch of photography. This photographer and his kind of like his collection of photographs about the Star Wars universe.
Yeah,
just sounded kind of interesting.
It seemed really cool. Yeah, so.
I mean, I'd rather go to. I'd rather go see Delilah Dawson, but which is at the same time. So.
Yeah, I think I mean, Delilah Dawson would be cool, but I'd probably go to the Skywalker one, just But so this one for Sunday, the big one that I'm looking forward to. This is actually my number one panel for Celebration. Clone Wars.
I'm excited for
Clone Wars, my number one panel. That's the one I'm like. All else, that's the one I want to go to.
So we're probably not going to be able to go to Skywalker because we're going to want to be in line for that one.
Well, we can't get in until 35 minutes before. What's the time frame?
No, these are different. The celebration stage, they're not empty.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right.
The celebration stage.
I'm very curious how they're going to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, they're not going to empty the celebration stage.
Because you can't just sit there.
So anybody who got into the morning panel theoretically could sit there all day and go to all the panels.
You go to The Mandalorian, Alan Tudyk, and Clone Wars.
So to get into the Clone Wars, you're going to have to basically. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it's going to work.
Yeah, and that'll probably be our last panel for the day. They have the props and costume one. I'd probably do, the Clone Wars one would probably be our last one for the day. But that's my number one because I want to see what happens. I want to see. We got that little teaser in there for Clone Wars, and we got to see, of course, what happens. Now, Dave Filoni has talked a little bit about, what they would do, with Clone Wars. And the main thing that, we've talked about is the battle for Mandalore. That's the big one I want to see because from what he said, Obi-Wan and Anakin return to Mandalore to take down Maul, who's in charge of it all, and they come to find Ahsoka, who's there too. And, they fight the battle, but then Anakin and Obi-Wan have to leave to go do the events of Revenge of the Sith, which is save the Chancellor, who's been kidnapped from Coruscant, but Anakin leaves his soldiers, his clone troopers, the 501st, led by Rex, with Ahsoka to finish taking out Maul, is what it is. So...
And we know they don't take out Maul.
Yeah, which they don't kill him, but they do, dethrone him,
out of Mandalore.
So to speak, exactly as well. And, maybe even we see where Ahsoka is during, Order 66. I mean, if she's surrounded by clone troopers when Order 66 goes off, but...
Well, no, they address that
in the
Ahsoka book.
Okay.
She's with them.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're the reason she survives, because Rex and some of them have pulled their chip
out because of
They basically save her.
Yeah, from the season 6 episode. If you guys haven't watched that, it's on Netflix, and you figure out how Rex takes out his chip, or how he learns he needs to take out his chip.
And it's not just him.
Yeah.
There's several of them.
Exactly.
But yeah, they are with Ahsoka during Order 66. They're the reason she survives.
Exactly.
They save her from the other clone troopers who try to kill her.
Yeah, and just getting more. I mean, like I said, Clone Wars is, Clone Wars is the reason why I find the prequels more tolerable, I guess you could say, because of Clone Wars and what they've expanded in that time frame and added to the characters. It's just like
especially for Anakin.
Especially for Anakin, yes. Anakin. What they've done, they made him, with Clone Wars, they made him the hero and the friend that he was described as by Obi-Wan, going all the way back to A New Hope. And he plays him as a, kind of, well, say straight guy, but a hero as opposed to the whiny character that Hayden Christensen plays in the films. So, but in any event, that is the one I'm most excited for. And, you're going to have the cast there. I'm assuming, of course, Sam Witwer's going to be there because I'm assuming Maul's going to be thrown into the mix. Ashley Eckstein, Matt Lanter, James Arnold Taylor. It's going to be good.
I really think we should rethink that photo op.
with that one,
Matt Lanter.
Man, it's Sam. What if they threw Sam Witwer in there? That'd be it. So, man, we got to think about it quick because I'm sure the photo ops are filling up if we want to do any more. So, but that pretty much wraps up Sunday, at least for us. It will be, guys. Moving on to the last day, Monday. I feel like a lot of people are going to skip out on Monday too because it's Monday. Yeah, like Thursday.
Yeah, I think
a
lot of people are probably going to leave Sunday to go back to their lives and.
And the main panel that day is the 20th anniversary Phantom Menace one.
I don't really.
I don't.
I'd rather go to the writers' roundtable.
I don't especially care about it, but the fact that it's probably going to be very easy to get into compared to the other ones. Plus, again, like I said, you go to these panels, you get a little gift, is what it is.
I still would rather go to the writers' roundtable.
Okay, fine. You go to the writers' roundtable. I'm going to get some cool poster or whatever, maybe.
Fine.
So that'll be cool. But yeah, I mean, they've announced, people that are going to be there as far as Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar, several of the characters. They haven't really got the main four, though. No Jake Lloyd, no Liam Neeson, no Ewan McGregor, no Natalie Portman. I didn't expect, Natalie Portman because from what I hear, she kind of almost these days disdains her time in Star Wars. I mean, what you read in that one book, How Star Wars Conquered the Galaxy, by episode 3, her and George Lucas weren't really seen eye to eye too much as far as what it is. And she almost blames, those movies for hurting her career.
I think her career is just fine.
Her career is just fine, but she felt like it might have hurt it a little bit, is what it is. But yeah, I mean, but I was talking to someone on the Facebook page too. I was like, look, if Ewan McGregor was going to be there, there's no way they let you know ahead of time anyway.
Oh, no.
Because the moment you say Ewan McGregor, Star Wars Celebration, people immediately will go, Obi-Wan movie, Obi-Wan series, yes, we're getting it. And the rumors would fly like confetti. So they wouldn't even talk about it. So even if he is coming, even if we do get something, they're not going to say it until hand. But it would be cool. What I would love is if, maybe not Natalie Portman, but as a surprise, you bring out Ewan McGregor and Liam Neeson at least, maybe Jake Lloyd, I don't know. But man, if you're sitting there and all of a sudden Liam Neeson, Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon walk out.
If I don't go and that does happen, I'm going to be pissed.
Exactly. So that would be so cool, right? That would be awesome. Yeah. So that'd be really cool. But yeah, there's that panel. And so the mall panel that day.
Yeah, it's called It's a Marvelous Life is what the panel is actually called. I don't really remember exactly, like, it's on the fan stage, but it's going to have like
I hate how they search this for the website. Like, you'll click on it, but it gives you everything.
Yeah, and you can't like search by day and by panel. It's super
there you go, Marvelous Life.
So it says, you think the Phantom Menace is all Darth Maul has ever done. So basically, it's going to go into, because a lot of people when you say Darth Maul, the only thing they know is his tiny little dinky role in the Phantom Menace. So many of the fans don't even realize that he was in the Clone Wars, in Rebels, in the comics, in the stuff. So
it's going to cover his.
It's going to basically talk about
origins of tattoos, his secret childhood diary, his oft neglected earring, and hotly contested backstory.
Yeah. So, but I think it's going to be cool. I imagine that.
I think Ray Park and Sam Witwer are both going to be at Celebration, so I imagine that
they'll be there. Maybe I don't know, maybe not.
I would love it if Filoni, having added so much to his backstory with Clone Wars and Rebels, would be there too.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe it's on the fan stage, so probably not. But I think it'd be cool. But I just think it'd be interesting.
Yeah, of course. And like I said, by Clone Wars and Rebels has made Maul my favorite Star Wars villain.
Oh, mine too.
Yeah, like, before that, I would say, Vader, Palpatine, whatever. But what they've done with him in Clone Wars and Rebels has made him my Star Wars favorite villain. Mm-hmm. So, definitely. You just like because he's voiced by Sam Witwer.
No, that's not the only reason why. I mean, it certainly helps, but that's not the only reason.
Of course. All right. And then, of course, you got closing ceremonies. Not sure what that's all about. We didn't go to closing ceremonies last year.
I doubt we'll go this year either.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we'll spend that time. We got some time that day again, like I said, we have time to where we can go to the floor, maybe pick up a couple extra things that are on sale. Mm-hmm. Maybe get the last minute tattoo or so. We'll see about that. And that, my friends, is Star Wars Celebration in a nutshell. That's the plan. But
Well, it's not really a plan because we can't possibly go to all these panels.
I'm just saying.
There's no way we're going to get into all of them, number one, and we have several overlaps here.
Exactly. So
it's our wish list.
That's our wish list, of course, of what we want to see. But there's this famous Mike Tyson quote that I heard John Campea always reference, and he's like, everyone has a plan until they get hit. It's like you have a plan until the plan gets diverted, and then you have to adapt. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of adapting during Celebration, and I'm just super excited for all of it.
Yeah. I mean, even if we don't get to go to any of these panels, we're still going to have an awesome time. It's going to be amazing.
If we don't get to any of these panels, I'm going to be disappointed,
I know,
though.
I will be too, but
of course.
But we will get to go to
It'll be awesome, guys. But yes, so now it's your turn, of course. Those of you not going to Celebration, if you want to talk about anything we've talked about, what I want to do too is, during it, like if we get out of a panel, I would love to do like a short, 30-second video.
Yeah, we just need to do. Well, I would imagine just stay tuned. We're going to be doing a lot of Facebook Lives.
Yes. Talk about what we've learned on each panel.
Yeah. Just throughout the time.
Yes, of course. So we'll do a bunch of that stuff. I'm very active on the Facebook a lot more than I am on Twitter. So we'll talk about that stuff. And of course, I'm sure other news sites that'll be there will get you the big scoops or whatever. We're going to get you the more personal stuff and, go from there. But that's about it. I mean, anything else you want to add except for your excitement?
No, I'm excited. We've gotten some of our pins already. We got our lanyards and the lanyards are super cool. We're both wearing shirts today.
Yes, of
Sean
course.
got his official Celebration shirt that came with our tickets. I got my official
Hera and
Kanan one that came with my pins. I mean, I'm only having the Hera
pins.
pin.
Yes,
Sean
I have the Kanan pin.
one.
She has the Hera pin. Yes, of course. And hoping to get more pins when we get there.
Yeah, we were looking.
I wasn't big on pins, but now that we were collecting them, I'm like, I kind of want more pins.
I know.
I want to get the Rex pin. I know you want the Ahsoka pin.
I want the Ahsoka pin. I want the Maul pin, but I'm gonna have to trade for that because that was one that came in a pack.
Exactly. You know what? That's too with the Phantom Menace one. I wouldn't mind getting the Qui-Gon one. But it's the Jar Jar and Watto one. I'm just
I don't really care about
could
those.
throw those away.
Yeah.
But, oh well.
But anyway.
All right, guys. Well, that is it. Of course, fire back on the Facebook group and Twitter. Let us know what you think about what we've been laying down, and of course, we'll have a nice little discussion about it. And of course, dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. That is it. We are signing off. Any final words?
May the Force be with you.
May the Force. Well, as I always close out, may the Force be with us all, guys.